My official preview and prediction for tonight's fight, which will see DAZN take on Arslanbek Makhmudov in a heavyweight contest. Let's get into it. So, they're building this fight up sort of as a, well, no pun intended with his name, obviously, but a David versus Goliath type story, you know what I mean? You got Makhmudov, an absolute massive heavyweight, he's like 6'6". Dave Ryan, obviously a big yard himself, I mean, everyone in the heavyweight division is a big guy, but, you look at both of them physique-wise, and I don't really think you'd be, if you're, a bit of a casual, but, if you think it's a bit of a bodybuilding contest, then no one's really going to give Dave Ryan a chance. But I'm going to explain why I don't think this is even going to be a close fight, and maybe not in the way you think. Let's get into it. So Dave Ryan is obviously coming off that win against Johnny Fisher in that rematch after the controversial loss in the first one, which personally I thought Dave Ryan won both fights, but the first one was close. I can see it going either way. I wouldn't say it was a robbery, but then in the second one he left no doubt with the devastating KO. Makhmudov, he's got some good wins on his record. Obviously, he's got that Kairos Takam win comes to mind. Recently, though, obviously he lost to Caballero, which absolutely no shame in. Very good fighter, Caballero. Probably top 5. And also he lost to Vianello as well, who is also a very tricky fighter, a very tough fighter as Vianello. And also both of those, Caballero and Vianello, both very different fighters to Dave Ryan. So I'm intrigued by this matchup. Now, Makhmudov doesn't like being on the back foot, so I expect Makhmudov to be going forward this whole fight. I don't know if Dave Ryan can push him back, obviously Makhmudov being the bigger man. So Dave Ryan's going to have to get used to counter-punching a lot, I feel like, counter-punching and picking his shots, because standing and trading, when you throw, Makhmudov's going to look to throw, and sometimes it makes it a bit obvious, Makhmudov, when he's throwing or what shot he's going to throw. So Dave Ryan's going to have to keep his guard up all night, and he's going to have to be concentrated. He uses concentration for a split second, and we know how hard Makhmudov hits, and it could be good night. But I think Dave Ryan actually has a very underrated guard. I think you saw it on the Fisher fight as well. That second Fisher fight, his guard is actually very solid. He doesn't really get hit clean that much. Even the shots that do land, he sort of yeens with them or moves with them, so takes the sting out of him that little bit. So I think he's a very, very underrated defensive fighter there, Dave Ryan. I think he's going to have to be on the back foot this fight. Maybe they're both going to go for that front foot, and you are going to get a fucking stand and trade off, but I don't know. You don't know. It's an intriguing style, this one. Keys to victory for both fighters. So we're going to start off with Makhmudov. Now, Makhmudov, his key to victory is, he's going to have to use that range. He's, as I said, the bigger man, the more physical man. You can even yean on Dave Ryan a little bit, tire him out as it goes to the 8 rounds. Makhmudov's power could carry over. I think Dave Ryan, obviously very motivated for this fight, as Dave Ryan he's probably got a better gas tank here. Obviously experienced as well, he's used to going long distance, so, it just depends how well Makhmudov can use his weight, how much he can yean on him, whatever. Whereas Dave Ryan, the key for him, body shots. Now, Makhmudov, the one thing a lot of people have noticed with Makhmudov, he doesn't seem to like the body shots. Caballero went down to the body, and that caused him problems. That's going to be the key for Dave Ryan. If Makhmudov's walking forward, Dave Ryan can land a couple body shots, use that jab down to the body, set up shots upstairs as well. That's going to be the key for him. Dave Ryan is not going to be able to have the volume, maybe, that the likes of Vianello and Caballero had, but he can have those counter shots and, those body shots that will add up. Obviously, we saw in the Vianello fight as well. Makhmudov's eye was completely, swollen and everything, and I believe the referee stopped it because of that, if I remember correctly. Maybe potential for another eye injury in this fight if Dave Ryan can land the right shot there. So for my official prediction for this fight, I'm going with Dave Ryan. I think Dave Ryan will get, I think it'll go on for a while. It's not going to be an early stoppage or anything like that, but I do think it will be comfortable for Dave Ryan. I'm going to say an 8th round stoppage. The body shots adding up. I don't know if it'll be a body shot that finishes the fight, or if it's, just the body shots take so much out of him. Dave Ryan gets the shots going better, is more active, landing a yacht, and then the referee stops it. That's also a possibility. But I do think that Dave Iron will come out victorious. I just think, I don't know if Makhmudov has enough diversity in his shots. I think Dave Iron's, going to be able to see a lot of them coming. I think Makhmudov's going to telegraph quite a lot, and I don't think there's a lot of variation. One shot that Makhmudov, I haven't mentioned that Makhmudov could utilise in this fight is the uppercut. I think an uppercut could be very, very important for Makhmudov, and that could change the fight. Because Dave Iron does sometimes dip down with his head quite a lot when he's defensive. And again, we saw that a little bit in the Fisher fight. But then also on the other side, Makhmudov's also pretty prone to an uppercut himself, so maybe Dave Iron can utilise it there. I don't know, but I do believe, and I could be completely wrong, but my prediction is Dave Iron by 8th round stoppage. But I'm very much looking forward to this fight. Thank you for watching. Make sure to support the channel in any way possible. It's greatly appreciated. And enjoy the fight tonight. Right, take it easy.